Bass got robbed?
Who?
Rob Bass.
Did he?
I don't know. What? I never said Rob Bass.
Yeah, no, I just asked.
Well, you know, I used to be on the 132nd and he from the projects right there. What's that? Washington Projects? On the 132nd and Park Avenue. Rob Bass is from there.
Okay.
No, Rob Bass is from Harlem, man.
Two-time felon.
132nd, bro. I used to see Rob Bass where he was like the biggest in the world.
Harlem, man.
Harlem, bro.
The Rob Bass from Harlem.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yo, Kiss, man, we in fucking London. You sidetrack us to Harlem with Rob.
How we get to Harlem from
Little sidetrack.
I talk too much. How do you come over here and you connect with the legendary Native Tongues? And did that happen? How did you get into that crew right there?
So Dave Klein, that used to work for Def Jam, God rest his soul, was like an ambassador and used to bring artists from the United States to England and the surrounding European countries to do mini tours. And he brought over Queen Latifah and the Jungle Brothers on one particular tour. It was Queen Latifah, the Jungle Brothers, Chill Robbery, and True Mathematics. They all came over to do a mini tour. They went to Germany first, and then on a tour bus, on a ferry, came over to London, and then was doing shows in London. I was at one of those shows, and I had built like a reputation for myself in London. You know, there's this girl coming up. She's from South London. She's dope, blah, blah, blah. And I was at this show. So the guy that run the club introduced me to Dave Klein, and then Dave Klein, who was with, you know, Latifah and Jungle Brothers and stuff. And Dave Klein introduced me to Jungle Brothers, Queen Latifah, the other groups that were there. And that's when me and Latifah first met. And that's when me and the Jungle Brothers first met. And the Jungle Brothers, Tribe Called Quest, and De La Soul are the three head groups of the Native Tongues. So whatever they say is going to happen as far as Native Tongues and who's going to be a part of it, that's what goes. And for me in Africa and rhyming to Latifah, rhyming to Africa, them getting the gist of who I am and that I was indeed dope. And so then they were like, yeah, she's going to be down. We're going to put her down. And it was during that trip that Latifah was like, we're going to do a song together at some point. And then it was 8 months later that me and Latifah recorded Ladies First at Power Play Studios in Queens.
What does Ladies First mean to you?
For me, when we did Ladies First, it was, I'm here. I'm rhyming on this. This is dope. And I'm going to spit. And it's going to be dope. That's what it was for me. Latifah had a bigger plan when she invited me to do Ladies First. She had a bigger plan. And now, in hindsight, when we do shows together, because we still do shows together, Latifah is like a mad scientist where she'll call me, Yo-Yo, Light, and Rage, like out the blue. And it'll be like we form Voltron. Like, she'll be like, what are you doing such and such a day? All right, let me call Yo-Yo. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing, Rage? And we'd be like, we're with it. And we'll just all go out to wherever Latifah is and we'll form Voltron and get on stage and do this like 2-hour ensemble show.
Crazy.
Which is crazy, right? But Latifah always seems to have this like this mad scientist mindset where she knows what she's doing. So back then we were 18 years old recording Ladies First. We were actually in our late 17th year. So we didn't turn 18 yet, right? Recording Ladies
Very
First.
mature track.
Very mature track. And she knew what she was doing. I'm just the rowdy one that's the rhymaholic that's just happy to be here. But she knew she wanted to do something that made sense, that spoke to women as far as big ups to women, strengthening women, fist in the air for women type vibes. She knew that's what she wanted to do. So once she gave me the gist of, all right, this is where we're going with it, I was like, cool. So we're in our respective corners, right, in the studio. So I write a verse. This is how excited I was. I would write a verse, right? And then be like, la, listen to this.